Triple H holding that World Heavyweight Championship high. And Randy Orton not intimidated at all as he slaps Triple H and the bell rings. This match is officially underway. Randy Orton, 24 years old. Backslide to Triple H. Looking to get the early cover on the game. And Randy Orton using quickness right now to his advantage over the game. Oh my, a high back body drop on the game. Triple H looking for an RKO early on to put this one away. And Triple H saw his life flash before his eyes, realizing he needed to get out of harm's way, and rolled to the outside onto the floor. Randy Orton in control of this match early on. Beautiful drop kick from Randy Orton as Triple H tried to pick up momentum, but the game able to kick out at 2. An early 2 count for Randy Orton is a good sign for the young legend killer. Randy Orton bringing a fight. And a knee to the midsection. The last thing Randy Orton wants while he was attacking Triple H in the corner, he cannot afford to be disqualified. There are disqualifications. There are countouts in this world title match. And the world title cannot change hands via countout or disqualification, which means there is a champion's advantage in this case. And Triple H knows that very well as he attacks Randy Orton in the corner, but Randy Orton able to counter and drops Triple H face first right on that top turnbuckle. And Randy Orton again looking for the RKO, but oh my! Triple H just dumping Randy Orton to the outside onto the floor. It's those veteran instincts from Triple H. The thing about this match between these two, it's an evolution, if you will. Once upon a time, evolution ruled the WWE. And then, Triple H had some other things in mind alongside the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Triple H being one of Randy Orton's mentors. Triple H pretty much taught Randy Orton everything he knows. But not everything that Triple H knows. And that could be detrimental for Randy Orton, who's trying to capture the World Heavyweight Championship. And Triple H mocking Randy Orton's pose in the ring, showing that disrespect to the 24-year-old WWE superstar. Triple H helped Randy Orton get to the position he is in WWE today. Perhaps if it wasn't for Triple H bringing Randy Orton into Evolution, Randy Orton wouldn't be where he is at all. But at the same time, it's kind of hard to believe that, being that Randy Orton is a third-generation WWE superstar. His father, the legendary Cowboy Bob Orton. Right now, Triple H just choking Randy Orton. For Triple H, he can afford to get disqualified because the title cannot change hands via disqualification. And Randy Orton had a hot start, but Triple H has found a way to turn this around and slow down the pace of this match. Oh, Randy Orton able to get the boot up on Triple H. And again, now it's Randy Orton who's starting to pick up momentum, starting to fight back at the game. And Triple H able to counter. And a chop block to the back of the knee of Randy Orton. You can already see the tape under that knee, under the knee pad of Randy Orton. The damage has already been done to his knee in past time. Triple H knows very well how to use this to his advantage. A cerebral assassin. Triple H is going to use Randy Orton's weakness to his advantage. Right to that damaged left knee of Randy Orton. And Triple H again. Another chop block to the back of the knee of Randy Orton. Triple H smells blood in the water. And now he's found his pushing point, the target. And an elbow drop right onto the side of the knee of Randy Orton, that left knee. Once the game smells blood in the water, it's all downhill from there. For Randy Orton, that is. Whatever quickness and pace that Randy Orton had over Triple H, whatever advantage there was in that department for Randy Orton, it has been neutralized by Triple H going after the knee of the 24-year-old. As Triple H continues to do damage on that left leg. It's going to do further damage to the knee as he picks apart the leg of Randy Orton. Randy Orton might not even be able to walk by the time this match is all set and done. At some point, Randy Orton may have to think, well, I've got a long career ahead of me. I'm only 24 years old. At what point should I say, okay, this is enough damage to my knee. I need to have this match stopped so I can think about my future in this business. Randy Orton able to counter using that 1 second that Triple H was turned around to go for the inside cradle, but Triple H able to break free before Randy Orton could fully capitalize. And a figure 4 leg lock. And just like that, Randy Orton had a little bit of hope there for that 1 second, but it's just like that. That Triple H can turn things around and be so dangerous. And if there's one thing for sure and for certain, you can tell who Triple H's mentor was with his very submission hold that belongs and was made famous by the legendary 16-time world champion, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. He could tear the knee of Randy Orton. Randy Orton trying to make it to that bottom rope. Randy Orton's shoulders are on the mat. The pain may force Randy Orton to pass out. Randy Orton doing everything he can to make it to that bottom rope to force the break of the submission. He had his fingertips on it, but Triple H now pushing Randy Orton back into the center of the ring. Randy Orton is in no man's land. Randy Orton is writhing in pain. Triple H just applying all the pressure he can onto that knee of Randy Orton. I don't know how much more Randy Orton can take. And Randy Orton's shoulders on the mat and another near fall. Randy Orton trying to shift the momentum, trying to turn things around. But will the young legend killer be able to do so? Slapping Randy Orton, who's trying to fight through the pain, trying to shift the weight, trying to turn this figure 4 leg lock over, which will do the damage to Triple H instead. Can Randy Orton flip this over? If he can, Triple H will be in deep trouble. And now it's the game who's being punished. Triple H wisely and very swiftly gets a hold of that bottom rope. But the damage has already been done to Randy Orton. How much more abuse can the leg of Randy Orton take before Randy Orton says, it's enough, I have a future? I don't think Randy Orton's going to be able to get back up on his feet at this point. Triple H has been the aggressor for quite some time in this match. Randy Orton had a hot start, as I mentioned. That quick pace of his was a big advantage over Triple H. But once Triple H was able to turn things around and slow it down at his pace, it has been all Triple H ever since. And then going after the knee with that chop block, that first chop block to the back of the knee of Randy Orton really turned things around. But Randy Orton able to kick back at Triple H and sending the game over the announce desk. Triple H sent over the Spanish announce desk. And this could be exactly what Randy Orton needs, that time to regroup for a second, to recover. Randy Orton can't even get up on his feet, though. Randy Orton's able to get up on one knee and now finally gets up on his feet. Orton, look at that modified backbreaker from Randy Orton as he holds onto that left knee, pushing through the pain. You see that smirk with a lot of confidence. Despite Randy Orton limping, there still seems to be a lot of confidence in the young up-and-comer. And now it's Randy Orton who's on the attack of Triple H in the corner. Randy Orton cannot afford to get counted out here. The ref, Earl Hebner, needs to get in there and separate this. And now it's Triple H who reverses Irish whip. But Orton gets out of the corner with a neck breaker to Triple H as he pulls the leg back for the cover and a near fall for Randy Orton. And now another neck breaker from Orton as he pulls the leg back. Will it do it? And no, again, Triple H able to get the shoulder up. And right now it seems the game might be off his game as Randy Orton seemingly trying to pick up some momentum here. Randy Orton with a snap power slam takes out the game. Again, another cover. And again, Triple H able to kick out before it's too late. With the World's Heavyweight Championship on the line, the stakes are high in this capacity crowd here at the Royal Rumble. And an inverted atomic drop able to stop that flurry from Randy Orton. Just when it seemed that Orton was starting to pick up some momentum, Triple H finds a way to counter, finds a way to turn things around and take out Randy Orton. It's not too often we see Triple H head up to the top. What in the world could Triple H possibly be thinking? I know what Triple H was thinking because Randy Orton just sent Triple H flying off the top as Triple H crashed and burned, hitting the mat. It didn't work for the world's champion, so now Randy Orton heads up to the top. What does Randy Orton have in mind? High crossbody from the Legend Killer for the big gold. And what a crossbody, but wasn't enough to keep Triple H down for the 3. And now Randy Orton pleading with the referee, saying it was 3. It was close, but not quite the 3. Randy Orton's going to need to stay on the attack of Triple H if he wants to leave the Royal Rumble as the world champion. Triple H with that knee to the face, that face buster to Randy Orton. Looking for the game, looking for the pedigree, looking for the pedigree. Will it? Oh, but Orton counters. Orton able to counter. Pedigree countered as Triple H gets catapulted face first, top turnbuckle. And now Randy Orton about to shoot his shot. RK, no! As Triple H able to counter, sending Randy Orton into the top turnbuckle. And a high knee from Triple H takes out Randy Orton. Randy Orton laid flat out in the side of the ring as Triple H gets the arm over. And Randy Orton near fall. Orton able to kick out just before the 3. What a match this has turned into between these two. Who's going to win this thing? Who's going to get the upper hand? Triple H trying to get back up to his feet. It seems there's a little bit of blood coming from the mouth of Randy Orton. And Randy Orton completely wiped the momentum from Randy Orton. And now the finishing touches have arrived as Triple H is about to connect with a pedigree on Randy Orton. But Randy Orton reverses out of it and nails Triple H with a clothesline and lays back on the game for the cover. And again, it wasn't enough. It was again that cockiness from Orton, who didn't fully use all of his weight on that cover. Wasn't enough to keep Triple H down for the 3. Randy Orton has to find a way to keep the momentum on the game. If you're Randy Orton, this is where you really start to pick up the pace. This is where you start to fight. Randy Orton with the momentum on Triple H. It's a championship match. The stakes are high. Who is going to leave the Royal Rumble as the World Heavyweight Champion as we kick off the road to WrestleMania 21? Triple H looks out of it, just leaning on Randy Orton. Randy Orton just holding the game up. The lifeless body of Triple H, who's being punished by Randy Orton right now. Went for a DDT, but Triple H able to hold on to the rope. Randy Orton hit the mat, but Triple H was able to hold on and prevent any more damage from being done to him. And let's take a look at this. How Triple H was able to block the DDT. Orton's head may have bounced off the mat. Orton looks a little dazed there. Orton. You talk about no man's land. That's where Randy Orton's mind is at. His eyes tell us, I would say they tell a story, but it doesn't look like they're telling anything at all right now, other than the fact he has no idea where he is at right now. Randy needs to get back into the ring if he wants to be the world champion. And the ref telling Randy he needs to get back in the ring. Our senior official, Earl Hebner, showing discretion to Randy Orton, letting him know he needs to get back in the ring if he wants to win the world title. Earl Hebner checking on Randy Orton. Oh, and Triple H just nailed Randy Orton, but Randy Orton backed in to the ref, Earl Hebner. And now Triple H just drilled Randy Orton and now stomping on the side of the head as if Randy Orton's brain hasn't been rattled enough by the back of his head smacking the mat. And now Triple H is looking for something. Meanwhile, whatever he's looking to grab, it's not legal, but it won't matter because the ref isn't going to see it. He is down and out. It's the game's patented sledgehammer. If Orton wasn't concussed, if Orton isn't concussed at this point, he will be soon enough after Triple H clocks Randy Orton right in the head with this sledgehammer. Orton is out of it. He has no way of defending himself at this point. He's helpless. And Triple H with a smirk on his face. Randy Orton counters and sends Triple H right into the ring post. Was that a last gasp effort from Randy Orton? Triple H holding his face as Randy Orton was able to counter. But it seems it was on instinct. It doesn't seem like there's a thought behind those eyes right now of Randy Orton when he was doing that. And still, at this point, with the ref still down, Randy Orton is close to that sledgehammer, but can barely stay on his own 2 feet at this point. Orton is no condition to be in this match at this point. It's just hard to watch, but Randy Orton doing what he can to stay with it. Now Randy Orton has his eyes locked on that sledgehammer. He's holding onto the rope to be able to reach it. He might be seeing a few of those hammers. He thought he had it, but nope. He could hardly lift it up as the game just clotheslined Randy Orton. Right in the head of Randy Orton. The look in Randy Orton's eyes, it's just tough to watch. He's going to need medical attention as soon as this match is over. No, not this way. Not this way. The ref is starting to stir, and Triple H realizes he needs to get that sledgehammer out of the way. Not that it would matter because he would still retain the title regardless, but wants to leave. No doubt. As he looks to pick up Orton for a pedigree, he's going to finish Randy Orton off once and for all. 3rd time's a charm. As Triple H connects with a pedigree on Randy Orton and pulls the leg back. And Earl Hebner slowly gets to the cover. And Triple H retains the World Championship. Triple H did what he had to do to be the world champion. That reversal of the DDT by Triple H was the huge turning point in this match. The way Randy Orton's head smacked off that mat changed the look in his eyes. But Randy Orton still fought with everything he had. He stayed in this match for as long as he could. But in the end, it was Triple H who was able to get the upper hand, and Triple H stands tall as still your world heavyweight champion.